Welcome back. Let's continue, shall we? If you're ready, why not going ahead to the Ocular? You can keep the XR company while I fetch Alphino. Don't worry, I mean to borrow the swiftest emerald I can find, so we shouldn't keep you long. Be sure to pass on the message, eh? Do you? Yeah, okay. Yep. Welcome, my friend. Tales of your heroism on the battlefield precedes you. Though I confess, I found them more gladdening than surprising. I hear no few of our people have you to thank for plucking them from the jaws of death. Would that they had not needed saving to begin with, but the responsibility for that lies with me. One of the soldiers said that. Thank you. Rest assured that I fully intend to continue our work. I will not shrink from what must be done. Now, least of all. Though I mourn the loss, I will not lose myself to grief, and even should regret be my constant companion, I will follow the path I have chosen to its end. We have some time before the others arrive. If you'd like to talk, and if I were to confess any doubts I might harbor, no one need ever know. No, I believe you have enough burdens without my adding to them. Nevertheless, thank you.
My friends, with your aid, we have weathered a brutal assault.
Sorry I'm late, though I would not have been had anyone thought to notify me in advance.
As I was saying, it was only with your aid that we weathered this assault. Without it, the Crystarium and all who dwell here would now be gone.
For each we saved, another perished. If there is anything else we can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. This is our home too, and we want nothing more than to keep it safe.
Thank you. We are blessed to have you with us. As for the attack itself, Vorthri may call it divine retribution, but Sin Eaters are creatures of instinct. A coordinated assault is unprecedented. Moreover, in the absence of a Light Warden, there should have been no compulsion for lesser Sin Eaters to congregate here en masse. All of which points to a single, unavoidable conclusion.
That these minions of light answer to a higher power. He who did claim kinship with them, who did boast of control, not in idleness, 'twould seem, but in earnest. Lord Vorthry.
Indeed. What I mistook for bluster was in fact the truth. The Sin Eaters are his to command. But if he imagines this show of force will convince us to bend the knee, he is sorely mistaken.
I take it your meeting in Yulmore did not end well.
You could say that, yes. But I am wiser for the experience nevertheless. It appears he has mastered a technique which allows him to enslave the minds of others. A fact I discovered when he attempted to use it on me.
That would go some way towards explaining the peculiar reverence afforded him by his subjects. There may feasibly be a handful of true believers among them, I suppose, but it would not surprise me if the vast majority were in his thrall.
Had I not anticipated his treachery, I might well have joined them. But seeing his invitation for what it was, I sent a glamour in my stead. I rather doubt such tricks will avail me a second time, however.
Did you have any luck tracking down the Light Warden in Calusia?
Sadly, I have nothing to report on that front. What of Arm-Arang?
After a fruitless few days scouring ruins, I resorted to asking the locals. While no one I spoke to had seen any sign of the Warden, I did uncover a possible lead. An abandoned mine in western Arm-Arang. From what the Maud told me, it would be a perfect place to stay out of sight. Of course, I could never hope to explore such a labyrinth quickly or safely on my own, so I returned here.
Even should we all join in the endeavor, an exhaustive search could take weeks, and with no guarantee of finding anything.
The Wardens harbor vast reservoirs of primordial light, do they not? Far beyond anything found in lesser Sin Eaters. And isn't it true that the Oracle could see the light of a Sin Eater from miles away? Surely a Warden would seem like a blazing beacon by comparison. To the real Oracle of Light, I mean. The real Menphilia. If we travel to Arm-Arang, to the south where she halted the flood, I could summon her back. What do you think?
Don't.
Don't what? Do what I can. What we both know is right.
Do not presume to know my mind. You have no idea what you're proposing.
But I do! I know why you never said anything. Because you thought you could keep me safe by keeping me in the dark. And maybe I thought so too. But I knew, Thancred. I always knew.
Oh, I see. I thought you were a rather underwhelming reincarnation. But it all makes sense now. The Oracle lies dormant within you, doesn't she? But to draw on her true power, you must become one, both body and soul. To wit, one being must consume the other. Who shall be the lucky winner?
This doesn't concern you, Ascian.
But it plainly concerns you. Which is why your heart is ready to burst out of your chest. Despite the raging tempest in your bosom, however, you have never once opened up to your young charge. Now, why would that be? Love. Well, I for one think it's a marvelous idea. Certainly more promising than any of your other suggestions. So, it's off to Arm-Arang we go.
I'll meet you at the gates.
If there, okay. Ooh. If this is the course you have agreed on, I will not object, though I am afraid it will be difficult for us to spare any of the guard to accompany you. I can but promise that you will be well looked after upon your return. Just see to it that you do return, alright? If I had only been able to locate Colusius's light warden, it might not have come to this. I can't imagine what Thancred must be feeling to behave this way. To say he's changed since coming here would be an understatement. He may as well be a different person. He reminds me of father. He argued with us for months about our plan to go to Erosia, but in the end, he accepted our decision. I do hope he's doing well. Minfilia demonstrated impressive resolve just now. It seems that she understands what must be done, though I do wonder if she is truly prepared to make that the choice. Should she falter, it will fall to Thancred to guide her. However, must he wishes it were otherwise. Though Thancred hath long known whither this path doth lead, his journey hath brought him no closer to acceptance. Will you never grow tired of shuffling your feet? If you have something to ask, at me ask. Tell me about Zodiac. As I told you before, Zodiac is the creation of my people, the first people. We summoned him as your kind might summon a Primon, albeit an infinitely more powerful one. And like one of your primos, he tempered us. It was only natural. There is no resisting such power. And so we Asians came to exist solely to bring about the rule of darkness. His darkness. Of course, some would call us evil for it, and they would be fools. Though that is only to be expected, given their innate inability to conceive of the nature of our universe. But I believe I am repeating myself. Do you not trust me to speak honestly? Do you hope to catch me in a lie? Really, I have no need of deception, and even if I did, I assure you, you would find it quite distinguishable from the truth. I'm sorry to be so insistent, but I know this is the only way. If you're willing to give me a chance, come with us. Oh my god. Sorry for the wait. I'm ready now. And you're sure about you sure you want to do this? Completely sure. There has to be another way. Look, no matter what happens to me, I'm sure that don't want to go back to being who I was. I want to be stronger, strong enough to face my destiny, and I want to believe that I can play a part in saving this world. I hope you can find it in yourself to believe it too. When you put it that way, how could we not? It is your decision to make. Just be sure that you are prepared when the time comes. If all are assembled, shall we depart? We'll follow your lead. What route would you have us take? And that there's something I neglected to mention. I saw an Ilmorian's airship coming in to land over Emerang while I was on my way back to the Crystarium. No doubt the same vessel that bore Vrothi's forces to Raktika. Meaning, we can expect to encounter armed resistance on our journey through the region. Right now, Nabath Arang lies in the southern reaches of Amarang. And there are two routes we can take to get there. The first is the eastern route, which would lead us to Mord Sok. The other is the western route, which would require us to pass through the Hills of Amber. Minfilia and I took the eastern route last time. Yes, that's the more well-trodden path. Give me one moment. It makes for the easiest traversal of the Nabath Severance, but we can't use it. If we did, we would cross the Severance from a point nearby the inn at Journey's Head. If the Amorians caught wind of our approach, it could very well bring them into contact with the inn and its patients, and we can be sure their activities would not meet with Rothry's approval. It will make the journey more arduous, but I believe it would be safer to take the western route, which brings me to my proposition. While you make for the Hills of Amber in the west, I will draw the Amorians' attention elsewhere to head to an area in the east that I know to be uninhabitable. inhabited. That way you'll have a chance at reaching the Bath Arang unopposed and without risk of to civilians. I cannot deny that it's a sound plan, but nor can I allow you to go alone. My skills will make your task at least somewhat easier, will they not? I will accompany you as well. It will afford us a chance to have a proper conversation. And if I go with the others, I'm likely to say something Thancred will regret. Well then, we'll leave the work of distracting Rothy's forces to you. The rest of us will take the western route and try to avoid attracting attention. With that in mind, I think it best that we follow the road from the bridges. We'll move faster with a solid path under our feet. We'll borrow a few emerald for our own journey. I leave the rest to you, Minfilia. Thank you. I'll try not to disappoint. So where is this? Okay. With that, we all had a shy surety of purpose. We'll need to move quickly. The longer the others need to keep the Ammonians busy, the more likely they are to be caught. There you are. The gate leading to Amarang is just up ahead. In all the time I've been here, I've never ventured into the hills of Ember. Not that I'm particularly imitated by the Newlands at this point, but we have more than enough reasons to be cautious as it is. Keep an eye on Minfilia for me, would you? You shall walk among us upon our return, I wonder. Amarang lies in just beyond the gate. We need only speak to the sentry. I'm ready. Let's go. Off so soon, Mistress Blackrose. You've barely had time to recover from the battle. Well, if you're certain, I'm hardly in a position to question you.
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garrick lie the hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth. Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard below.
Boy, new area. Sound through Mistress Alice's logic was, I feared the road less traveled hath over other perils in store for us. A village so near, how convenient. This place has been scarred by the flood too. Who can say what lies ahead? But whatever else this road may be, it is mine to travel, and I don't plan to take a moment of the time I spend upon it for granted. Bum, 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 bum. I take it you're saying what I'm saying. Finding a village when we're hardly 10 paces into the hills is a surprising stroke of luck, especially given our recent fortunes, but you won't hear any complaints from me. Let's see if the folk who live here can tell us what to expect from the road ahead. Let's see. And meringue, we need about 4 quests and 5 more aetherites. Ayo. Southeast. So southeast around maybe here. Okay. You sell? No, you are no merchant, but then why do I know your face? Oh, I remember. You spent Volbert gold. Such a coin purse cracking. You are already a legend among Mord traders. You're a traveling merchant then. Can you tell us anything about of this village? Of course, anything for valued customers. This place is Garrick. Beyond the flood, it was home to many miners. After not so many now, none. So Master Gen borrowed the village, made it into a trading post, a very convenient location. In which case, you all must be familiar with the local roads, correct? We're on our way to Nabath Arang ourselves. If we continue south from here, will we have any difficulties reaching it? Ah yes, great difficulty. The flood rent the stone and crushed the mines surrounding Nabath Arang. Only steep cliffs and collapsed tunnels remain. Oh no. But surely there must be in some way. Do you think any of the other Mord might have some sort of hidden route? Perhaps you ask, they tell. Tell for free, even to friends of our best customer. I'm the best, I know. Wonderful, thank you for your help. Well then, best customer, let's see what information your reputation buys us. Remember Zun Zun? Next time your pockets grow heavy with coin, yes? Yes, I will. If we're not lucky enough to encounter anyone who knows a route to Nabath Arang here, perhaps they can at least point us to the direction of others who might. Perhaps we ought to inquire upon the matter of the Elmorian forces in the region as well. You wish to go to Nabath Arang? There was a way once, a gondola down from the cliffs, but it was built for those who had left something behind that they wished to retrieve. Now there is nothing left and no one to use it. You may search for it if you like, but I doubt that its rusted wires would bear your weight. You hastily take down a memo regarding from the gondola of a spare scrap of parchment. Oh, there's Minfilia. I've got it. I'll lead by asking how business is, then mention you, and then ask about the route. That should work, right? Yes. Yes, it is. Hey, how's business? Hey, I know the Warrior of Light. Hey, Warrior of Darkness, can you, tell me? For Nabas Arang, airship is best. Nothing is faster than an airship. The Amorians have one, I fear. You can ask them to take you. Ugh. Though it seems somewhat superfluous to do so, you dutifully make note of Gongon's words. Well, we can just beat the living shell of the Amorians, then take their airship. That's the best plan. I will gladly do that. Where else? Oh, there is. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's a surprise. That is a surprise. Not many bound for Nabath Arang these days. I do know of a trolley that once went there. It used to travel between all the settlements and mines of hills of ember. It is locked behind a gate, however. I assume that will have kept it from being stolen or damaged, but it also prevents it from being of much use. You take down information regarding the trolley on a wrinkled piece of parchment before stuffing it unceremoniously back into your bag. You know, Talk to these guys. You're welcome to use our well. If you are planning to cross the desert, you should take as much as you can carry. Okay, that one doesn't talk. Can I interest you in some rock wrigglers? Plumped, juicy, and wriggly. No, is there something else I can help you with? All right. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Kira, I'm afraid I've learned little of use about how to reach Nabath Orang, the Morian's presence, so that's another matter. Apparently, though, their army is definitely in Amarang. There have been no signs of Elmorians at all in the hills of Amber. Perhaps we can take that as a sign that Alzay plan has borne fruit. Did you have any better luck finding us a route forward? So these are our options. Well, what do you think? We Gate aside, the trolley seems most feasible. Uh, let's see. We can try the gondola. Might die, but eh. Can we get an airship anywhere? Not from Frothy, obviously. Gates aside. Yeah, I'll be just. I'd rather not. If it's all the same to you, if it went poorly, we couldn't simply wave our hands and vanish into the ether like Yustola. Not that I would recommend it, either if we could. Alright. It does seem to be the least risky of our options, and I can't imagine one gate is enough to twat you. I'd like to know a bit more before we dash off in search of it, though perhaps Zun can offer some insight. Though Suzun didn't mention the trolley before, he'd as not at least heard of the thing. If we remind him, he may recall something of use. Oh, valued customers were the words moored of help. Of a fashion, they told us of a trolley that runs to Nabath Orang at least. But am I correct in thinking that there was a reason you did not do so yourself? When first we asked? Yes, the gate. You see, it is impassable. Before there was a hulking thing of stone, the Talos. It opened the gate, they say, but none operate such a thing now. I do not even know if it yet exists. I do not know, but you should travel east to Mount Bran Mines. That is where the trolley's controls stand. I still see the miners there from time to time. If anyone knows what happened to the Talus, it would be them. Thank you. You've been a great help. We're off to Mount Buran. Then let's hope that someone will be there to answer our questions. There we go. Southeast. And a little bit more southeast. Okay, so south from here. Okay. We have another. No. How about right up here? Northeast, yes. Yes. I think. Fuck off. Do, 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 do. Okay, I'm going to hurt myself and hopefully not aggro. Okay. That would have been worse idea. West from here. Radio. Fuck you. Southwest. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. That's northwest. This is southwest. South. Okay, it's up here. Northwest. Yep, I can see that. Son of a bitch! Let's see, what's the best case scenario? Yeah, I think I know what to do. Alright. How do I get that thing? Teleport to Crystarium, warp to the Lakeland, go back. There we go. Crystarium. Lakeland. Holy fuck, that was the weirdest fucking glitch ever. And jump here. Hey, let's go. I get aggro and fucking die. Alright, so... okay. There we go. There they are. Mayhap the path of light is the root of this land's dissolution. Desolation? Or mayhap the fault lies with man and his insatiable greed. What a sight. Oh, pardon me, it's a bit daunting, isn't it? The scale of the track is impressive, I'll give them that. Now, we only need to follow it until we come to the mines. Alright. At least we got this ether right here, so we can just travel there. Next one will be southeast from here, maybe around this jungle. Oh, I think I know where it lies, if my memory serves me right. But we'll get to that eventually. Bit of a mess, isn't it? But the mechanisms for dispatching the trolley are here, just as Zun said. Unfortunately, anyone who might know how to use them is not. We might wait for Zun's mysterious miners to appear, or have a look around and see if we can deduce anything useful in their absence. I'm in favor of the latter. Something near the entrance to the miners proper caught Ranje's eye. Meet us there if you find anything. Okay. Ah, fucking you. You didn't aggro, you stupid thing, you. Bye. Oh, fuck you. The flecks of rust adorn the rails, but they nevertheless appear sturdy enough to bear the trolley without issue. This lever can't have been designed for a person to operate. The bench within suggests that this must have been a passenger car. Oddly enough, though it is clearly old, it appears to be well maintained. Oh shit, ow. Is it this shop? I think it's the shop. The cup is slightly warm and a fair amount of tea. Steeped over long, if the color is any indication, remains within. Thank you. As much as I wish we could count on someone conveniently appearing to explain all of this to us, I'm sure you're aware that we don't have the time to waste. Ah, Carol, what hast thou discerned? I see, indeed. Thine observations are consistent with mine own. But let us refrain from further discussion ere our comrades arrive. Uh, uh, Ample evidence of recent maintenance and lukewarm tea besides. The levers for the switch tracks looked like they were in good condition, though I couldn't move them myself. No ordinary person could, I think. It is my belief that no person is meant to. This Talos beareth more than a passing resemblance to golems of the source. Nor doth it appears to have the sole example of its kind. The proliferation of Talos' fragments are, as well as the enormity of the mechanisms here suggests a considerable number were once in operation. Alas, this specimen and its fellows now lie lifeless and broken, and I know not how to repair them, that they might facilitate our passage through the gate. And without the aid of the Talus, even thou went somehow able to unbar the trolley's path, we would still have no means of propelling it. We might not know how to repair the Talos, but someone must. Otherwise, why keep everything else in working order? Whoever is maintaining the cars and the rails must know something that we don't. Let's ask them. What is it? What it is, shall we? Akira, I do believe you'll find a person of some interest sulking in the shadows behind the warehouses on the northwestern side of the tracks. While you two have a friendly chat, the rest of us will gently encourage those to the south to come out on hiding. Give me 1 second. Defend yourselves as necessary, of course, but do try to keep everyone in one piece. Off we go then. Wicked White, where did you come from? No, never mind that. You have no business here. Of that, I'm sure. Okay. What are you? Ugh. I feel a bit bad for them. They elected to take up arms against us, so the outcome was plain from the first. That's smart. We won't let you. Good to hear. These two weren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Us? We're not the Brigands come to take what is it ours? Do we honestly look like we need to steal what, some rusted bits of iron? Not, don't be absurd. We're not here to rob you. A likely story. You look well. You don't look normal, that's for certain. You don't have any wares, so you're clearly not merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reasons you would come all the way out here is to strip the machinery for parts. Oh, Trafil, I have an idea. What if once upon a time a lovely lady of noble birth ventured forth in search of her lost love, joined by her two most loyal servants, sworn to follow her unto world's end. On their journey, they met a sorcerer, as ancient as time itself. Moved by the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and they trouble turned up here somehow. I can only assume that you're being intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that that's a serious conjecture, no, I suppose I am a bodyguard of sort, but we have rather larger concerns than fairy tale romances. Though I would fawn hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. Gods grant me strength. If I may, we're actually searching for a means by which to travel to Nabath Arang. We were hoping that the trolley here might offer a solution. I realize that we haven't gotten off to the best of starts, but if you know anything about how we might get it working again. The trolley? The trolley? You should have led with that. We're always keen to discuss the trolley. We're both engineers in training. In fact, Jerk and Traff at your service. Technically, I'm a miner, and he does repair work, but our true passion is the trolley. We're working with a few other folks to get it up and running again. And before you ask, yes, it's true that there's little in need of transport these days, but that's no reason to consign a miracle of mechanical innovation to dust. The mere sight of it traveling the track once again would make hearts sore. Mark my words. You'll hear no argument from us, but what progress have you made thus far? Not as much as we'd like, truth be told. Well, is there anything we could do to assist you? We could gather materials or help but put pieces together. It's a sight more complicated than that, I'm afraid. If you spoke with Magnus, you'd understand. He's the only one with full knowledge of the trolley's operation. I suppose you could speak with him if you like. We'll introduce you. Very well, our options are limited, and if this Magnus can explain whatever is preventing the trolley from being restored, I'd like to hear it. Right, it looks like you'll be following us back to Twine, then. Come to think of it, Orange always was fond of fairy tales. To be honest, I'm impressed that you thought of the trolley to begin with, so so few seem to these days. Too used to living without it, I suppose. Come to think of it, Orange always was fond of fairy tales. A quest for a lost love. Perhaps that could have been me had things been different. Alright, thanks for joining me in this episode, and see you in the next episode. Till then, fare thee well.